Welcome to Balyuk Files. I'm glad to have you here. Today I'm telling the very first story on this channel. She came back, but it was too late. And trust me, this one hits deeper than you expect. It didn't start with cheating. It started with silence. The kind of silence that doesn't feel dangerous at first. The kind you can ignore. The kind that slowly replaces everything real. Dinner at the same table, but no conversation. Two people, but no connection. Just presence. His name was Ethan. Nothing extraordinary about him. Steady job, quiet life, no drama. And her, Emma, 7 years together. If you asked him back then, he would have said, everything's stable. And that was the problem. Not happy, not alive, not I can't lose her, just stable. At first, the changes were small. Emma laughed less. Then she stopped reacting. Then she stopped looking at him the way she used to. And that look, it used to feel like home. Now, it felt like he wasn't even in the room. "Are you okay?" Ethan asked one evening. "Yeah," she replied, short, flat, closed. No follow-up, no explanation. Like a door quietly shutting. He felt it, not as proof, not as something he could point to, but as that quiet instinct in your chest that whispers, something's wrong. And still, he did nothing. Because doing nothing is easier. If you don't look, you won't find anything. And if you don't find anything, maybe it's not real. Then came the phone. She started taking it everywhere. Bathroom, kitchen, even to the trash, always face down. Sometimes she smiled at it, but never at him. "Who's texting you?" he asked casually one night. "No one," she replied, too fast, too clean. That's when he knew. Not fully, but enough. The days started to feel off. She was there, but absent. She spoke, but said nothing. She touched him, but it felt empty. And the worst part? He got used to it. One evening, she said, "I need to go away for a few days." He didn't even look up from his laptop. "Where?" A pause, short, but loud. "Just to think." He nodded, and in that moment, everything was already over. He just didn't know it yet. She left, and the apartment became quiet, but not the normal kind of quiet. This one had weight, like the air itself was pressing down on him. Day 1, fine. Day 2, strange. Day 3, his thoughts got louder, too loud. He started remembering things. Her distance, her tone, her no one. And suddenly, it all connected, like a puzzle he never wanted to solve. On day 5, he broke. For the first time, Ethan opened her laptop. He wasn't that kind of guy, but at that point, it didn't matter anymore. He knew the password. 7 years together, too long to have secrets. He opened the messages, and the first thing he saw was, "I miss you." Not meant for him. Then more. Words she used to say to him, now sent to someone else. Jokes, late-night conversations, plans. And then, one line. The one that hit the hardest. "With you, I feel alive." Ethan closed the laptop. Slowly, carefully, like something inside him just shut off. No anger, no shouting, no calls, nothing. He just sat there in the dark, and for the first time in a long time, he felt absolutely nothing. And the scariest part wasn't that she cheated, it was this. She had already left, long before she walked out the door. She came back on the 9th day. No warning, no message, The door just opened, and she walked in like nothing had happened. Same jacket, same steps, same perfume. But something was different. She looked broken. "Hey," she said quietly. Ethan was sitting in the kitchen. He didn't look surprised, almost like he'd been expecting this. "You're back early," he said calmly. No emotion. And somehow, that scared her more than if he had yelled. She put her bag down, didn't know where to stand, what to do with her hands. "We need to talk." Of course. The sentence that never makes anything better. Ethan nodded. "Go ahead." She hesitated, like every word had to be dragged out of her. "I made a mistake." Silence. "I thought I needed something else, something more, something different." He was watching her closely, not angry, and that made it worse. "And?" he asked quietly. She looked down. "I was with someone else." Direct. No sugarcoating. Ethan didn't even blink. "I know." She froze. "What?" I read it. A pause. And in that pause, whatever she had left inside started collapsing. "I didn't want you to find out like that." "How did you want me to find out?" he interrupted. Gently. She started crying, not loudly, not dramatically, just quietly breaking. "I went to him," she whispered. "I stayed with him these days." Ethan said nothing. "I thought that's what I wanted." He kept looking at her, and she couldn't hold his gaze anymore. "But it wasn't," she rushed. "It felt wrong, empty, not real." She took a step closer. "I want to come home." And right there, everything stopped. Because home isn't a place. It's a person. "Home," he repeated softly. She nodded, tears falling. "With you." A long pause, the kind that decides everything. He could have said yes. He could have tried again. He could have held her. And maybe they would have survived it, like many do. Through pain, through doubt, through control. Together. But he didn't. "You don't want to come home," he said. Calm. Clear. "You want to come back to comfort." She froze. "When it got hard there, you remembered me," he continued. "Not because you love me, because it was easy here." "That's not true," she snapped. "I love you." And for the first time, he almost smiled. A bitter one. "No." Silence. "You used to." She broke down harder. "I'll fix it. I'll do anything, just please." And then came the moment that changed everything. He looked at her. Really looked. Like he was seeing her for the first time. And realized something. Worse than the betrayal itself. He felt nothing. No anger. No jealousy. No pain. And the worst part, no love. Just emptiness. And then he said the words she would never forget. "You didn't make a mistake." Pause. "You made a choice." She slowly sank into the chair, like the ground disappeared beneath her. "And you didn't choose me." Her tears kept falling, but they didn't matter anymore. "Ethan, please." He stood up, calm. "Do you know what's the worst part?" he said. She looked up. Last hope. "You think betrayal is when someone leaves for another person?" He shook his head. "No." Pause. "Betrayal is when you're already gone, but still pretending you're here." Silence. Heavy. Loud. He walked to the door. Opened it. "Go." She didn't move. "Please," she whispered. But he wasn't even looking at her anymore. Too late.
She walked out, slowly, completely broken. The door closed, quietly. Ethan stood there alone. And only then, something finally came back. A feeling. Pain. But not from the betrayal, from the realization. He had lost her long before he ever found out the truth. And maybe, if he had listened to that silence earlier, if he hadn't ignored it, things could have been different. But now, there was nothing left to save.